ScubaNation's Sea Life Shark Frenzy is brought to you by Leisure Pro for all your diving and snorkeling needs. Sea Dog and Shipyard Ales, the official beers of ScubaNation. Maris, the official equipment provider for ScubaNation.
Who is ScubaNation? Billy C., Boston born and raised.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Bitch and Mitch, Southern boy. And every other diver on the planet. So join us as we travel the globe exploring Mother Ocean. Welcome to ScubaNation. One nation underwater. Presented by Leisure Pro. Visit leisurepro.com for all your diving and snorkeling needs.
The ScubaNation crew in Emerald Charters is out in the Atlantic Ocean off Jupiter, Florida in search of sharks. No, not sharks! No, don't be afraid. This is a show about how nice sharks are. This isn't about the Hollywood hype of how sharks kill people. This is how we need to protect sharks, so enjoy.
I will. I will.
Sharks are misunderstood, like me. One of the best destinations for shark diving is in Jupiter, Florida, with Captain Randy Jordan of Emerald Charters.
We have here a large collection of sharks. We have tiger sharks, which are beautiful. We have lemon sharks, duskies, sandbars, hammerheads. The amount of shark life we have here is phenomenal.
This is a hot topic. Shark tourism is hot. Today, when you see someone do it for the first time, they're gonna go out and tell all their friends that they went shark diving and they said it was the best thing that they've ever done. It was the best dive they've ever been on.
What I'm hoping is that when people see this and they see these sharks and they go like, oh my gosh, they're so friendly, how come they aren't eating you? Maybe this Hollywood hype and this Shark Week of animal sharks and killing people and biting them, maybe that's just a little bit hyped up. And maybe sharks are just here because they're here and they've got a job to do. And they've lived for millions of years because they're a very cautious animal. Their job is to eat sick and wounded fish so that those sick and wounded fish won't repopulate. They cull out the herd. They keep the species of other fish strong. That's what they do.
Shark tourism is exploding because all of the videos that are being shown brought a lot of interest here to our area.
Well, step one with diving with sharks is getting close to the sharks. And in order to get close to the sharks, you have to attract them with the food. So it's a common practice to chum for sharks and even feeding them to get the sharks close. But this is done miles offshore.
There's controversy with regard to chumming for sharks and feeding sharks. I don't see any difference between that and people that chum to fish for them. And we're not killing them, we're not sticking hooks in their mouth. We're there to learn about them and spend time with them, and we use bait to do that interaction.
Sharks really aren't out to eat humans. I mean, they know what their food is, and they know humans are just not on the menu.
The thing I hear a lot from opponents to what I do is that you shouldn't feed the bears. I keep a sign right on the boat that says, please do not feed the bears. I totally agree with that. What they don't realize is that science has shown that sharks are not trainable. They don't have that sort of a brain where you can teach them to just show up or associate humans with food. That's the opponent's biggest complaint, and it's just not the case. It just doesn't happen. These fish are what we call highly migratory species. When you stop feeding them, they just go about their day and they do what they're doing.
During the shark dive, the sharks almost take turns feeding on the food that we bring them. They never really get into like a frenzy. Seriously, if there's no food present, they definitely notice and they will swim off on their merry way.
These are wild animals. These are apex predators. These are sharks. So you have to respect them. We're going diving with them and we're on their terms.
The most important thing I learned from sharks is that we don't train them, they train us. And if you pay attention to them, they will communicate with you in some way or fashion, tell you what you should or should not be doing. The people that are proponents of what we do, they realize that if you show people that sharks are not savage killers, that they would have a chance to understand that, you know, maybe we should take care of them. And they start to understand about sharks being apex predators and why they're so important in the ecosystem. And because of that, a few more sharks will live. A few more sharks will live through and not become extinct. So that's what's happening right now. Everywhere in the world, laws are changing. In the Bahamas now, because of the ecotourism of the shark industry, you can't kill any sharks of any nature and cut their fins off and sell them for soup. They just don't do that. Sharks are more valuable to the Bahamas live than they are dead.
More Close Encounters coming up next. Be sure to catch ScubaNation on Fox's Sun Sports every Saturday, April through September at 9 a.m. Billy C. and Mitch travel the globe to bring you the most exciting and exotic scuba diving adventures. So tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. for ScubaNation, One Nation Underwater, only on Fox's Sun Sports. Pro presents its fresh new website. We have made it easier to shop for the products you want with our all-new product categories and navigation. Shop our weekly specials on our totally revamped product pages. Chat with our experts and read product reviews to make sure the product you want is the product you're looking for. The only thing that hasn't changed is our outstanding customer service. So shop the all-new LeisurePro.com with the best price match guarantee and get the products you want fast. The Uzi Original Diving Shorts. Amphibious diving shorts for both above and below the water. A staple of divers all over the world since 1995. Durable, fast-drying, and long-lasting. Available in the styles you crave and the colors you want. You could get them anytime, anywhere. Just visit Uzi.com.
Shipyard Export is the beer that built Shipyard Brewing Company. Thank you, Export, for bringing families and friends together for over 22 years. For all the good times, special memories, and moments still to come. We toast the beer that's always been there, and always will be.
Thanks, Export!
Shipyard Export, the beer that built Shipyard Brewing Company.
This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Sundowners, Sunset Sandwiches, Steak and Seafood. Light in Motion, find the perfect light for any activity. Cressy, the official equipment provider for Scuba Nation. Scuba Works Dive Center in Jupiter, Florida. When Scuba Nation dives Jupiter, Florida, we head to Scuba Works. They have all your equipment and training needs. Scuba Works in Jupiter, Florida. Welcome back, Scuba Nation. We're experiencing close encounters of the shark kind.
Well, people probably think the most notorious shark out there is the great white shark, probably because of its appearance, its size, and just, all the history behind it and all the media that's behind that particular shark. Fact of the matter, there are a couple of species of shark in Florida that are probably more aggressive. Bull sharks and tiger sharks, a couple of species off the coast of Florida that could probably be in that category. But listen, we had a friend, John Dickinson, recently had a great white shark encounter off the coast of Jupiter. I want you to check out his story. This just happened in the summer of 2015.
My wife and I were diving on the deep ledge off Jupiter about 2 weeks ago. When we just jumped in the water, we got down to about 130 feet. We look up, and what do we see but about a 15-foot great white heading right towards us. So immediately simply turned my camera on and started taking some footage of this magnificent creature. I had no fear whatsoever. My biggest concern was getting the camera turned on and actually getting this experience on video. He was just super chill. The shark just kind of lazily made his way over to me. I kind of swam over towards him a little bit, and he turned kind of broadside to me and allowed me to get some pretty nice footage of him all the way down. Then he turned and he left. I've dove with sharks a lot, of course never a great white, but I just don't think we're on their menu, and I was just taking in the moment and just wanted to enjoy it.
Time to get our shark diving on. Yo, 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 yo.
The best part of shark diving? Getting your selfie shot for your Facebook page. One of the best spots to do this is the Bon Air Wreck in Jupiter, Florida. It's like an amphitheater of shark diving. We got a chance to talk to the master of shark photography, Richard Apple of Apple Core Photography.
My favorite subject as far as underwater photography is concerned would be sharks. When you're around them, there's just something really exciting about being that close and seeing how they swim around, how they eat, how they interact with the divers. It's just a fascinating thing, and I think that most people would say that it becomes pretty addictive very quickly. Well, it started when spear fishermen that had tales of sharks being around, and the more they talked about it, the more the photographers said, well, man, I'd like to see that. I'd like to take pictures of that. Before you know it, a boat like Emerald Charters went from 95% spear fishermen to 95% photographers. And the more they see the pictures and the videos, the more people, especially existing divers, are saying, man, I want to see that. That is really cool. Photographers are the biggest shark advocates, in my opinion, and they're also probably the most deserving of credit in spreading the word of the shark behavior and what they look like, and basically just getting the whole general diving community excited about seeing sharks instead of fearing being in the water with a shark. We're still fighting that Jaws mentality, but I can tell you that day by day, diver by diver, it is turning around. And I've been shark diving out here for the last 2 years, a lot, 2 to 3 days a week. We've never had a safety incident. And when we have a new diver that comes on the boat, 100% of the time that I've ever been on the boat with a new diver, they come back up and they're like, oh my God, that is like totally opposite what I was expecting. And all they want to know is, when can we go back down again? That was the coolest thing I have ever seen. And they feel safe. They don't feel in danger. And they get excited, and then they're addicted.
Listen to some reactions from some first-time shark divers right after these messages. Dive the Atocha with Mel Fisher's expedition in Key West. Be a treasure hunter and dive the active wreck site of the richest Spanish galleon ever discovered. Mel Fisher and his crew discovered the mother lode in 1985. Today, the search continues for the remaining hundreds of millions of dollars in cargo. The Fisher family now invites you to learn proper salvage techniques from the world's greatest treasure hunters. Join us for the adventure of a lifetime. Today's the day.
Hey, Scuba Nation. It's all about the Florida lifestyle. It's all about fun in the sun. We must protect ourselves from the sun's harmful UV rays. Reef Save, the official sun care products of Scuba Nation. Not only does it protect you while you're enjoying your beautiful sunny days, it's biodegradable and non-toxic to sea life. Other sun care products contain zinc, and zinc is a killer to our beloved marine environments. Look for it at your favorite retailer, local dive shop, or visit tropicalseas.com and order yours today.
ScubaNation apparel.
Bye, Uzi.
Available at ScubaNation.com.
Hey, honey. I'm on LeisurePro.com shopping for a new dive computer. I'm actually blogging with another diver that has the same one. Let me call you right back.
Have a question about a product? At LeisurePro.com, you can ask questions with other Leisure Pro customers about the products you want before you buy.
Sure.
Whoa!
Join Scuba Nation at Bugfest by the Sea, July 25th through August 1st in Lauderdale-by-the-Sea, Florida. $1,000 in cash for the buddy team that bags the 12 biggest bugs on mini-season opening day. Free Scuba Cowboy concert, John Chatterton, wreck diving workshop, great hotel deals, and unlimited beach diving. More lobsters and way less driving. See you at Bugfest, sponsored by Gold Coast Scuba, Scuba Radio, and Reef Safe, the official sun care sponsor for Bugfest 2015.
Born in Maine, created by Alan Pugsley, world-class craft brewer. Sea Dog, now sailing in Florida. And available in cans. Sea Dog is award-winning. A perfect fit for our Florida lifestyle. Visit our brew houses in Clearwater and Orlando.
This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Reef Safe, biodegrades in oceans, non-toxic to sea life. Uzi Amphibious Gear, spare air, there when you need it. South Point Divers, Key West, Florida. When Scuba Nation dives Jupiter, Florida, we stay at the Jupiter Waterfront Inn. Fantastic rooms and minutes from everything, the Jupiter Waterfront Inn is where you're treated like family. Welcome back, Scuba Nation. It's time for some close encounters off of Jupiter, Florida.
I've done this a lot. I've been coming up to Jupiter for 4 or 5 years. I've been in the Bahamas. I've been on many, many shark dives. So for the person doing it for the first time, they're sitting there going, oh my God, I'm diving with sharks. And they freak out. But for me right now, it's a little bit more nuanced. I'm really enjoying the different behaviors of each shark species. And today in Jupiter, we saw 7 different species of shark. And they all kind of have their own, you know, charismatic attitude of how they go about their business under the water.
You know, when I get people on the boat that haven't done a shark dive or haven't seen sharks and this is their first time, safety rules change a little bit. I don't let them come in close proximity of the sharks the first time until they've seen it and had a chance to understand it. And then I tell them if they've decided they want to come down and be closer to the sharks, they can come down. But they can just stay up on the wreck the entire dive and watch it. But what's amazing to me is you see people that have a little bit of hesitation before the dive, and after the dive, they're just high-fiving and hooping it up and just, you know, I most commonly hear, this is the greatest dive I've ever been on in my life. This is the most exciting thing I've ever done with my clothes on, that sort of stuff. So they're all pretty excited about it.
I can't believe I did it. I overcame one of my biggest fears. That was the fear of being near to a shark. I mean, Hollywood has made such a big industry about being fearful to these animals, but it's just so different. I've been reading a lot about these animals, and they're not, yeah, they're aggressive and they're wild animals, but they don't go after the humans just like that. That's what I learned. Like, they're beautiful animals that are, yeah, wild and they need to be fed, but they're not, seriously, we're not on their menu.
Today's dive basically changed my life. First time I jumped in the water, Randy told me that we were gonna see sharks immediately. I turned my GoPro on the second the bubbles cleared. I had lemon sharks all around me. This was one of those things that in scuba diving, since I've overcome every boundary, the next thing was sharks. And this is the #1 fear that I think everybody in this world, I think, has. And after getting in the water with them, it was just one of those things that you realize that everyone's fearing them for no reason. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
If you love diving with sharks, here's a small little favor you could do for them.
I've done a lot of things. I've been to a lot of places. But when I got the chance to do some good for a shark today and remove a hook from a silky shark, grabbing that hook, it was just my little contribution that I could do to help these sharks that have given so much to me. We've been diving with these sharks for 4 or 5 years, and you're right, every time we go diving, we see them with jewelry. Right. 90% of them have bling. Bling. Yeah. So we're kind of now in the process of de-blinging. So I went in with the clamp, 2 hands, and I just kind of nudged it and popped right out, baby.
Believe you did it, right? Way to go. Hey, that's what we do. It's what we do, man.
That momentum of saving the sharks and save our sharks and the whole shark advocacy, it's pretty much strong in the rest of the world. I'm hoping that that catches on more here in the United States. Recently, a law was changed 2 years ago where commercial fishermen were allowed to come in and catch and kill all the sharks during their aggregation period, which is the winter here. So the fishing commercial season opened January 1st. The guys would come in, wipe out every shark. We didn't see sharks for months. Because of petition and because of interest and because of these divers becoming educated, the law was changed. Now it doesn't open until July 1st. By then, the sharks have all maintained their normal migration. They've spread out, they've gone up towards North Carolina, and they're not so massive in one spot where they all get killed. They still catch their quotas. You're still allowed to kill sharks. You're still allowed to long-line sharks, but at least it's not all at one place, all at one time with the breeding population. They absolutely love it, and it gives us a really good opportunity to educate people and show them that sharks are not the predators that was made out to be 30, 40 years ago. And they see that, and that education, in my opinion, is the beginning of conservation. When people see that, they start to like sharks, and when they start to like sharks, frankly, they're appalled at how we abuse them throughout the world, and they start to try to change that.
It's the 40th anniversary of Jaws, and our hope is to shed new light on an animal that we love. For Billy C., I'm Mitch. One Nation Underwater, thanks for watching.
It's an experience that it will last forever.
And you have all your fingers and all your toes.
Yes, all of them.
The first time I tried this, I got 10 stitches in my finger. Now I use pliers.
The first person you called when you got up on the boat.
Of course you would ask that question, my mom. She's ready to kill me, man. She's threatened to kill me, take my life away, so.
All right, this is Close Encounters.
Hey everybody, this is Mitch. Sign up for the 3rd annual Florida Keys Reef Crawl, August 20th through the 23rd. The Reef Crawl is where reef crawlers explore different wrecks and reefs from Key Largo to Isla Morada. Sign up for educational mini-seminars on reef ecosystems, coral restoration, fish identification, and invasive species like lionfish. They can also go scuba diving with these conservation groups afterwards. Visiting the reefs has never been easier, more diverse, or more fun. Reef crawlers go at their own pace as they snorkel, dive, stand-up paddleboard, or even kayak on any of the reef crawl tours. And then there's local cuisines, attractions, lodging, shops, all with a Keys flair. Come conserve, preserve, promote, and grow with us by getting your 2015 Reef Crawl VIP cards by visiting reefcrawl.com today. Hope to see y'all at Reef Crawl.
We all know how important it is to have proper lighting on any dive or snorkel adventure. Lack of light can make images appear green and blue. Sure, you can add filters, you can attempt to edit later, but the best thing you can do for your images is add a powerful light. Sea Life makes the most popular underwater camera systems in the world. Recently, Sea Life introduced their powerful new Sea Dragon lights, designed for compact POV cameras like GoPro. Hey scuba divers, go to your favorite dealer and ask for the Sea Dragon lighting by Sea Life.